of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-338-4371. That's 800-338-4371.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little...
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College sports. It's now time for the second game of today's doubleheader as we continue our coverage of Broncos athletics. And now, let's go to the field for today's game.
And welcome back to Duncan Field here on a Friday afternoon. Tyson Evronik back with you as we get set for game number 2 here this afternoon. Hastings College Broncos and the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. And for the Bronco faithful out there, hoping for much of the same from game number 1. Hopefully we didn't use all of our good shots on the driving range. A 16-0 game 1 victory, double-digit victory for the Broncos that was really over essentially after the first inning of play. An 8 spot for the Broncos, and they sent 12 to the plate, and all she wrote after that. Broncos now 13-9 on the season, 2-3 in GPAC play. Dakota Wesleyan here for the nightcap, 11-10, and now 2-3. So a spot in the standings up for grabs here in the early part of the Great Plains Athletic Conference season. Really the only difference for the Broncos in terms of the lineup between game 1 and game 2, the pitcher. Broncos going back to a young freshman, Cooper Weber, who had an outstanding matchup a week ago in the GPAC season opener in the 4-3 victory over Briar Cliff. Cooper Weber back on the bump here for the Broncos. Other than that, everything is the same for HC. Defensively and in terms of the lineup, and Victor Rojas really a believer of the if it's not broke, don't fix it mentality, and is going to send the same crew right back to work here against the Tigers. Tigers defensively making one change. That's at the catcher spot. Long afternoon for their starting catcher in game 1 in that first 7-inning matchup. They'll go to Shane Cohen here in game 2. Other than that, a very similar lineup for the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers, as they are sending the same crew in essentially the same order. A difference that you'll notice, Talon Ball, who had the lone hit, the double, against Xander Hardy in game number 1, the lone hit, he goes to the top of the batting order. Talon Ball will hit out of the leadoff spot. Luke Hopsel will be the starting pitcher for Dakota Wesleyan here this afternoon. We mentioned the defensive change at the catcher position with Shane Cohen doing the catching for the Tigers. Broncos again, home team on the scoreboard warming up. Cooper Weber, he is getting ready to deal here for HC in the white tops, white pants, the crimson numbers trimmed in black for Dakota Wesleyan. It's the black tops and the gray pants, the white numbers trimmed in DWU blue as we get set for now 9. Let's strap in and get ready for some more Bronco baseball. And again, from the Bronco perspective, you hope that you can just keep that momentum rolling right along after a statement 16-0 victory in that first in the 7-inning affair. So Cooper Weber is going to take the bump. He's again the freshman from Greeley, Colorado, as Cooper goes to work. And we are set to go. Talon Ball will lead things off. Ball, again, the lone hit in game number 1 against the Tigers. First pitch swing is going to be a lazy ground ball out to second. T-Row over to Morrison in time. 4-3 put out. Ball retired, and that'll bring up Caleb Myers now to the plate. Myers in game 1, he was 0 for 3. Tried to lay down the sacrifice bunt attempt in the first. That was popped up for a Bronco double play. He then grounded out to second and popped out to right. And Cooper after just one pitch, goes to work here on a free-swinging Caleb Myers as he goes up and over the top. Myers batting with Mason Riley in the on-deck circle. We'll get to the rest of the DWU lineup after this pitch. Swung on, belted over the second baseman's head, and it goes out to Martinez out and right. And Myers is going to have the first base hit of the game, the second hit of the afternoon for the Tigers. Mason Riley batting third, the left fielder wearing number 29, first baseman Dexter Payne. He's the cleanup hitter here for the Tigers. Lane Darrow will bat fifth out in center field. Jace Jarding, the designated hitter, batting sixth. It's Tharlson, Cohen, and Grobner, 7, 8, and 9 for DWU. Mason Riley with one down and one on. Looks at a pitch low, 4-1. 1 ball, no strikes, just one down here in the top half of the first inning for the Tigers. As Cooper Weber goes to work here on Mason Riley. Coop looks in, gets the sign here from Vargas. Runners off on the pitch. It's a high throw, tags late, and it's going to be a stolen base as Myers gets in there safely at second. Across the diamond for the Broncos, out in the outfield, Bruno in left, Haynes in center, Martinez in right. Martinez at the third base bag, Morrison at first. Up the middle, it's Vargas and Rojas. Cooper Weber and Peyton Vargas, the battery mates here, pitcher and catcher in game number 2. Here's the 1-1. It's popped up straight up the chute. Drifting out towards right field, Martinez is there. Hurls it in, hits the cutoff, and a big throw into third, but he's sliding in safe, and that advances the runner on the Mason Riley fly out to right. Dexter Payne now stepping up to the plate, 2 down here in the top of the first. Broncos erased an early Tiger threat back in game number 1. That was the bases loaded second inning after they hung an 8 spot. Tigers threatened with the bases loaded, but Xander was able to work out of it. Here's a pitch on the outside corner. Blue says yes, sir. In there for a strike from Coop. Caleb Myers 90 feet away at third base. Tigers looking for their first run. Broncos trying to hold them to more goose eggs here on the afternoon. Not going to happen. That ball is going to plop in there in front of the left fielder for an RBI single. And the Tigers are on the board. Dexter Payne with an RBI base knock as he drives in Caleb Myers. And the Tigers, for the first time this afternoon, have something to be excited about. Lane Darrow stepping up to the plate. An absolute burner. He was the leadoff hitter a year ago for this Dakota Wesleyan lineup. Now in the 5-hole with a little more pop in that bat. As the upperclassman goes to work here on the young freshman, Cooper Weber fires, and this one's going to drop in, and Martinez tracks it down out and right. Throw to the cutoff man. Stop sign is up, and runners will hold. Here's a fire back into third base, not in time. Sliding back in safe was Dexter Payne. So Lane Darrow delivers a double. And some of these balls are finding some green grass out there out in the outfield already. 3 knocks for Dakota Wesleyan here on the afternoon. The single from Caleb Myers, the RBI single from Dexter Payne, and now a double. And 2 runners in scoring position. First pitch swinging, Jace Jarding out to center, diving, and no, ball gets behind. Ball gets behind Haynes, cut off by the right fielder. 2 runs are going to come across to score, and a great effort from Haynes out in center, but just couldn't quite get it into the mitt. And that'll be a 2 RBI double. And the Tigers coming out of the gates swinging. That's 3 straight hits, a single, a double, and a double. And Jarding replaces Darrow at second. Darrow and Payne both score. And early trouble takes Victor Rojas out to the hill here with just 2 down in the top half of the first. Oh, baseball. From 16-0 one game to a 3-0 start for the Tigers here in game 1, or game 2. Joe Tharlson coming up to the plate. Meeting is dismissed. Broncos need an out here. All 3 Tiger runs coming with 2 outs. Dexter Payne's RBI single and the 2 RBI double from Jace Jarding. Coop looks over at second base. First pitch swinging again from Thorlton, fielded by Martinez, over to Morrison in time. The 5-3 putout gets the Broncos out of the inning, but not before the Tigers strike for 3 on 4 hits. 3 coming with 2 outs. The Tigers with the early advantage here from Duncan in the nightcap. It's a 3-0 start. You're listening to Bronco Baseball this afternoon here on Extreme Sports.
I became the manager about a year and a half ago. Now what I get to do is, as the manager, I get to support my nurses and continue to help them grow and develop into fantastic nurses that give exceptional care. The favorite part about my job is being able to round with those patients and hear how great my nurses are. They say, oh, so-and-so is great, and talk about the great care that they are providing to them. I just love the impact that nursing can make. That's why we do this job. You know, it's for those positive outcomes. It's for those miracle stories. It's for the relationships that you build and the heartache that you feel for these families, but yet the triumphs that they have at the end. And they get to hold their baby because of the care that we provided here. And that's just incredible to me. And that's the whole reason I became a nurse. Mary Lanning Healthcare. Your care, our inspiration.
On Extreme Sports, Tyson Nevronik with you here from beautiful Duncan Field. Again, first pitch was 85 degrees. We were working toward our high of 87. Winds out of the north at 10 miles per hour. Gusts up to 13 today. 22 degrees above average temperature for this time of year. Shorts and flip-flops weather in mid-March in Nebraska. Can you believe it? As the Broncos come to bat, Tyler Rojas will lead things off as he goes to work here on Luke Kopsel. Quick omission and error to report for you. It is Connor Weber. I think I was saying Cooper Weber. I just wanted to wheel that into existence, but a check of the program and the score sheet. Indeed, 2 N's and not 2 P's. Connor Weber, the starting pitcher. Apologies for the mispronunciation in the first half of the frame. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Tyler Rojas as T-Row steps up to the plate. Evan Morrison awaiting in the on-deck circle. We'll get to the rest of the Bronco batting lineup following this AB as Rojas takes a look at strike 2. Bronco Baseball this afternoon brought to you in part by Family Medical Center as well as Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. As the pitch, a swing and a miss, and T-Row goes down on strikes to start things off here for HC. The rest of the Bronco lineup looks like this. Evan Morrison batting out of that 2-hole. He's the powerful first baseman for the Broncos. Samuel Bruno, the left fielder, batting third. It'll be Peyton Vargas catching in the cleanup spot. Tristan Martinez, Cody Haynes, Jared Delgado, Diego Martinez, and Jace Valdez round out the prime 9 for Victor Rojas and the Hastings College Broncos, as that's a first pitch strike here from Kopsel. Luke Kopsel on the bump today here in game number 2. Second pitch to Hopper. Fielded by Payne and touches the bag in time. It's 3 unassisted for the second out.
Now batting number 23, Samuel Bruno.
So 2 quick outs for the Broncos. That'll bring up Samuel Bruno. We've seen 5 pitches so far from Luke Kopsel. A little different from the 23-minute bottom of the first from game number 1. As Bruno takes a look at a pitch on the outside corner, a bender that didn't bend in. Waiting in the on-deck circle, Peyton Vargas. Check swing, didn't need to be a check swing. It's across the plate for a strike. Riley Darrow and Myers left to right respectively for the Tigers in the outfield. Tarleton and Grobner up the middle. Swung on and missed for strike 2. It's Ball and Payne at third and first. Copsel and Cowan, your pitcher and catcher battery here for the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. Bender outside, 2-2. Starting lineups this afternoon brought to you by B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings, your trusted cleaning experts for homes and businesses. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here in the bottom half of the first inning, Broncos trailing the Tigers by 3. As Samuel Bruno looks at a pitch low in the turf for ball 3. Vargas waiting in the on-deck circle. Line drive off the top of the glove. A hard liner from Samuel Bruno, and the Broncos have a base runner. Got to score that a base hit, right? Hard hit line drive just off the top of the glove. That would have been a miraculous play at short for Tarleton to bring that in. We're going to get Samuel Bruno a hit here in our scorebook. I'm not even going to look at the scoreboard. Peyton Vargas stepping up to the plate. Catch the dugout reaction for the Peyton Vargas walk-up music. They were into it in game 1. They love it. Their big cleanup man stepping up to the plate. He had a big 2 RBI double back in game number 1, part of that 16-run victory for HC. Back-to-back base knocks here with 2 outs. And slamming on the brakes is Samuel Bruno. I thought he was going to try to leg that out to 3 to force a throw from right, but Bruno slams on the brakes, so it's back-to-back base knocks, and that'll bring up T-Mart here to the plate for Hastings College. Tristan Martinez went 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI single. Part of that big 8-run first that the Broncos put together in game number 1. So Tristan Martinez staying in the 5-hole here for the Broncos, our right fielder. Cody Haynes waiting in the on-deck circle. He has been the epitome of efficiency here this afternoon. As the pitch comes in from Copsel, and it's low. About a 58-footer. Just misses, and now a 1-0. And some juice starting to get re-injected back into the stadium here at Duncan Field. Fans know this is a big moment here with 2 outs. The Broncos, I said it in game 1. When they get to 2 outs, this team continues to fight, and they just don't go down easy in innings. They are a tough out in any frame. And an exceptional 2-out hitting team. Here we are again, 2 down with 2 on. And trailing early 3-0 to the Tigers of Dakota Wesleyan. This ball is popped up, straight back, out towards the old blue Honda. Insurance on standby here at Duncan Field. A 1-2 and 2 down. Again, fans taking advantage of an overly warm day in mid-March here in Hastings. Getting their spring and summer tan on down the third base line. They're enjoying some sunshine. Bender hit hard. Left fielder didn't play it right off the bat, and he's going to have to turn around and watch this one go all the way to the wall. 2 runs are going to score, and coming around second, going to slide in head first. He is going to be safe. The ball gets away. Tristan Martinez is in for a triple, a 2 RBI triple. It's 3 straight base hits for the Broncos. Tristan Martinez getting some love from the dugout as he clears the bases. The left fielder, Riley, I think he lost that off the bat. He had no idea where that was as he turned around and had to watch it run all the way to the wall as we bring up Cody Haynes. Haynes, a phenomenal first game here for the Broncos, as he went 2 for 2, but scored 3 runs and added 2 RBIs in the process on 2 hits. He walked and also reached via an error in that contest. He was an annoying fly for the Dakota Wesleyan pitching staff. He is currently up 2-0 with a runner 90 feet away in the form of Tristan Martinez, and this ball is going to go foul. Hit it just a mile to the left. Looks a lot more like my golf shots. As it's 2-1 here for Cody Haynes. Haynes squaring around a bunt, trying for a little trickeration, catch the third baseman off guard. He was acres behind the third base bag and lay one down the third base line. That's a infield single for Cody Haynes and an RBI. 2-1 hitters count here for Haynes. The speedy center fielder trying to get the Broncos right back in it. No man's land, or is it? No. Second baseman Grobner is going to get underneath it in time, but the Broncos get 2 back. A 2 RBI triple off the bat of Tristan Martinez, and we got a ball game here at Duncan. Going up to the top of the second. Tigers 3, Broncos 2. You're listening to Hastings College Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
Did someone say ice cream? It's time to chill out this summer and make your favorite Dairylicious dream come true. Whether you are craving ice cream, yogurt, cottage cheese, tangy dips, or all of the above, Highland is bringing the savings to satisfy those cravings guilt-free. Visit highlanddairy.com/savings to scoop up coupons, try new recipes, and spin for a chance to win fun prizes. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it, the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back here on Extreme Sports, Tyson Vronick with you here from Duncan Field, Hastings College, Dakota Wesleyan. Here in a Great Plains Athletic Conference doubleheader. Final game of a homestand here before the Broncos head to Sioux City to take on the Morningside Mustangs this weekend. Broncos opened up the GPAC home season last weekend, dropping 3 of 4 to the Briarcliff Chargers. An impressive start for HC, as they were able to get the first one 4-3. A lot of buzz at Duncan Field and just some good vibes for year one for Victor Rojas, but Briarcliff bats then came around for games 2, 3, and 4, and they weren't really that close. Briarcliff just really flexed a little bit here against Hastings College. Then Hastings College turned around and made a statement here in game 1 this afternoon. 16 runs in a 7-inning shortened affair. As this ball's right back up the middle, it's going to be a base knock for the Tigers. Shane Cohen, the catcher here for game 2, is into the books with another base knock for the Tigers. That makes their 5th hit here of the afternoon. 4 hits in the top half of the first and route to 3 runs. Hastings College answered with a 2-run bottom half of the frame. And now that'll bring up Brett Grobner here to hit. I believe we have a courtesy run over that first base bag for the catcher, Cohen. As it'll be Grobner in to hit before the lineup flips here for Dakota Wesleyan. They sent 7 to the plate in that 3-run first. So Brett Grobner getting set to go here against Connor Weber. Look at the first base bag over at Cohen. Now throws it in and just misses. The 50 or so other umpires behind the home plate umpire were slightly in disagreement. As Weber gets the sign, rocks and fires, spins and throws over to first. Nothing doing from the Dakota Wesleyan base runner. 1-0 count here in the top of the second. Weber looking for a ground ball. Pitch on the outside, you betcha. In Nebraska men's basketball coming your way tomorrow night on TNT. Second round action from the NCAA basketball tournament. First win in program history. What a moment yesterday afternoon for those that were able to sneak away from work for enough time to be able to watch that moment come to a conclusion. And if you weren't, I really hope you were listening to the radio broadcast with Kent Pavelka on the call. Nobody deserving it more than KP. Been doing it for over 40 years behind the headsets and was able to witness and describe in just beautiful fashion his feelings and his emotions for the first ever NCAA tournament win. Cohen's off on the pitch. There's a throw down to second base, sliding in there safely is going to be Shane Cohen. So it's a stolen base. It's a 2-1 count here with Brett Grobner. They'll get set to play Vanderbilt, by the way, and that is not an easy out. Vanderbilt already coming in as the favorite in that contest. 7:30 or 7:45, I believe, tomorrow night. Again, TNT. And that's approximately based on what happens in the game prior to ours. A 2-2 count here to Brett Grobner as Connor Webb wheels and deals, misses upstairs, counts full. 3 runs, 5 hits here for the Tigers. Runner in scoring position is Cohen after the stolen base. And the left-handed batter will get a payoff pitch here from Connor Weber. Weber looks in, gets the sign here from Vargas. Off-speed pitch, popped up into the air out to left field. Samuel Bruno is there, too shallow to advance the runner. And there's one down here on the top of the second. Lineup flips, that'll bring up Talon Ball. Ball grounded out to second. There in the first. And if you missed us in the game 1, a 16-0 final. 16-0 final in game 1 as the Broncos put up the 8 spot in the first and never looked back. We got a competitive baseball game brewing up here, though. A 3-2 affair with one down in the top of the second inning. Leadoff hitter at the plate. Talon Ball swings and misses. It's strike 1. Suppose we should do this 5 minutes here before 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, March 20th. We wish a happy birthday to a very special lady, my mother, celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to Joni out there. Mothers, man. Where would we be without them? I don't care if you're a ball player, you're a coach, you're a broadcaster, or just an everyday person. Everyone's got that special person that is just your greatest cheerleader, your greatest fan, your coach when things hit the fan. And that would be my mom and dad. Both parents. But Mom's celebrating her birthday today, enjoying this broadcast as she enjoys every single one of our broadcasts here on Extreme Sports. Out in the sunshine and enjoying some garage beverages. So happy birthday, Mom. 2-1 count. Here to Talon Ball. As Weber deals the off-speed pitch to Hopper, shortstop side. Thrown over from short, not in time. Ooh, Valdez with just a little bit of a bobble. That gave Ball enough time to beat out the throw. That was bang, bang. And they're going to give an infield single. And just like in game 1, it's the 2-man umpiring crew. That's a tough call. You are between second and third trying to look down across the entire diamond and get a bang, bang play. ABS, anybody? Caleb Myers stepping up to the plate. Runners at the corners here for the Tigers, just one down. As Webb back under some stress. Soft speed pitch, swung on over the top. Five minutes till 5 o'clock. As Hastings gets set for another weekend. Bronco baseball here to get that weekend started for you on Extreme Sports. As Weber wheels and delivers, and this ball's going to be another base knock and an RBI. Caleb Myers, his second single of the afternoon, and this one is going to drive in a run. As Cohen comes across to score, it's runners at first and second. Just one down as DWU tacks on another. Mason Riley stepping up to the plate. The left fielder. Where was the error? Eye roll. So the error committed from shortstop. They're giving Jace Valdez the E. Oof, that's tough. It was just a tiny bobble before he was able to throw that down in time, but error nonetheless, so we'll scratch Talon Ball's infield single off the scoreboard. 4 runs, 6 hits here for the Tigers. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Broncos as Mason Riley stepping up to the plate. A fly ball out to right in his first AB. Webb looks in. Gets the sign. More pressure being applied here from the Tigers in the top half of the second. Connor Weber, going to work against Mason Riley. Chopper, foul, 1-1. Get you some scoring updates from across the NCAA basketball tournament. I know many people are following along with their brackets in hand here at the ballpark, so we'll keep you up to date as best we can as we continue to move along through 9 innings of play. Tight one with Villanova and Utah State. The Cats are up by 2 against the Aggies in an 8-9 matchup, as it's going to be 2-1 here to Mason Riley. Miami, Ohio's getting smoked. Shocker, who'd have thought? The little team that could out of the MAC that didn't play anybody all year, 55-36. They're getting trounced by Tennessee. Love to see it. Kentucky survives over Santa Clara today. Texas Tech up by 20 over Akron. Arizona demolished Long Island. Virginia over Wright State. And Iowa State might as well have been playing with a one hand tied behind their back. They knock off Tennessee State 108-74. Bama beats Hofstra. My Cinderella is out. We'll live to fight another day in the NCAA basketball tournament. Here we go, 2-2. As we work on Mason Riley, it's upstairs and inside and no call. 3-2, might have been a little tight. Full count here, 1 down, 2 aboard. Webb trying to get out of another jam. As Connor Weber looks in, regrips the baseball, takes a deep breath. Boy, he really wanted that third strike call on that last pitch. Here's the payoff pitch. It's swung on and fouled back by us. Connor Weber been under a lot of stress here in the first inning and the third. Dakota Wesleyan, after just 1 hit in game 1, put up a 6th spot here in the first inning and the third. Weber delivers. Off-speed pitch. This one is a slow roller back to Weber. He turns around, fires to first. Nice play. Connor Weber making it look easy. And that throwing across the diamond, never an easy play, especially when you got the runner heading down the first base line. But Connor Weber turns the routine play into a 1-3 putout, advances the runners, however, 2 in scoring position. And Lane Darrow now stepping to the plate. And I think Vargas and Weber are going to have a little chat here. Fresh baseball, at least. As Lane Darrow stepping up to the plate. Dexter Payne stepping up to the plate. Payne with an RBI single. I was looking at the on-deck circle as I was saying that. Breaker outside. Misses for ball 1. A big at-bat in this one. Broncos trailing by 2. Dakota Wesleyan looking to open it up here in the top of the second. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Catches the inside corner. Good delivery there from Connor Weber. Connor getting some instructions here from the dugout from head coach Victor Rojas. Now stepping onto the left side of the rubber, firing that one in on the inside corner. You bet. Good adjustment. It's a 1-2. Here to Dexter Payne. And Connor Weber trying to get out of a jam here in the second. 2 runners in scoring position. The delivery. Number rolled out to short in time. You bet, 6-3. Valdez to Morrison. Payne is retired, And the Tigers go down here in the second, but not before they get across one more. Tigers re-extended their lead, now back out to 2. It's Dakota Wesleyan 4, Hastings College 2, as we get set to go to the bottom of the second here on Extreme Sports.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this of trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Back here at Duncan Field, bottom of the second inning, Hastings College baseball this afternoon here on Extreme Sports. Broncos winning game 1, 16-0, and trailing here in game 2 by the score of 4-2, but plenty of game left to play. Bottom of the second, 7-8-9, due up here for HC. Jared Delgado leading things off. Shout out across the booth over to Press Box 2. DJ making this millennial heart happy with a little Livin' La Vida Loca in the in-between innings. Anytime you can throw on some Ricky Martin, we're going to be happy here in the Press Box 3. Jamming here on a Friday afternoon. Here's the 1-1 to Delgado. It's low, bounces up, and that'll bring up a 2-1. Diego Martinez waiting in the on-deck circle as Kopsel delivers. It's a 2-hopper fielded by the second baseman and thrown over in time. Grobner, rocket arm from second base bag to get the speedy Jared Delgado, who was busting towards the first base bag, but it's going to be a 4-3 put out in the scorebook. That was a tough play. Diego Martinez now stepping up to the plate with Jace Valdez waiting in the on-deck circle. Bronco baseball this afternoon brought to you in part by Butler Volland Funeral Home, by Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning, and by Miscue's Sports Bar and Grill. Tyson Nevronic with you here from Duncan Field and from sunny Hastings NE today. Martinez at the plate. And Diego laces one out to her right. That's going to be a base knock. Broncos have a base runner here in the second. Jace Valdez getting set to head to the plate. Jace Valdez, productive in the first. He reached on a strikeout. The throw down from home was wide, and so Valdez ended up standing at the second base bag, and then he was driven in for a run scored. Other than that, a 6-3 put out in the fielder's choice from game 1. So Valdez with the base runner here with one down. We'll see how they play it. From the third base coaching box in Victor Rojas. Year 1 here at Hastings College, and a lot of off-season buzz for a lot of good reasons. Victor Rojas, a long storied career in baseball, whether that be the college game or whether that be in the broadcast booth or whether that be as a coach. He's been around the diamond a lot. As it's a, excuse me, swing back to the pitcher. They're going to get the lead runner, and we're going to have an injury. Oh, my goodness. Diego Martinez sliding into the second base bag and slides across it awkwardly and walking gingerly towards Victor Rojas here. So some anxious moments, but it looks like he's going to be able to exit on his own power. As he talks here to Victor Rojas on the chopper. So a fielder's choice, that'll get Diego out at second base, Valdez standing at first, and Tyler Rojas stepping up to the plate. Diego is going to get checked out here from the Hastings College training staff as soon as he gets off the playing surface. Hopefully he's okay and ready to go. So T-Rowe stepping up to the plate. He's your leadoff hitter here for the Broncos. A throwback over to first. And Dakota Wesleyan holds their breath on those throwbacks to first. They had a throwback to first in the first game that got away from the first baseman. And I don't know if they lost sight of it or it just kicked awkwardly off the dugout, but it rolled and rolled and rolled, and Cody Haynes was able to come across and score. I've never seen it before. A pickoff play that just spiraled out of control for Dakota Wesleyan. And you kind of knew at that moment that everything was going right for HC, and it was. So T-Rowe, this pitch is in the turf for ball 2. Rojas went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Hit by a pitch, sacrifice bunt, RBI, hit by a pitch, and base on balls. He'd like to put one in play here this afternoon to show off those wheels. Speedy Broncos second baseman at the top of the leadoff spot. Also like to get aboard to get the big bat of Evanson Morrison with an opportunity at the plate. Morrison with home runs 198 and 199. 197 and 198 at Duncan Field. 199 was hit then by Briar Cliff in a week that saw 4 home runs leave the yard. It was windy last week. Pitch inside and plunks him. Poor Rojas. Dude is going to need it in an ice bath. As we'll bring up Evan Morrison. Evanson Morrison, the junior first baseman. Power swinger, hails from Medicine Hat, Canada. 3 unassisted. Medicine Hat with a Canadian Hockey League team that serves as kind of a farm system feeder to the NHL, the Medicine Hat Tigers. I know this because I keep random sports facts in my head for no apparent reason. I can't remember dates, anniversaries, or special moments, but random sports intel with mascots and cities, I'm your guy. A 1-0 and a spin around throw back to second, nothing happening. Valdez at second, Rojas at first. Evan Morrison at the plate. Morrison, big lead. Looks in, ball 2 on the outside corner. Sad news to also pass along today. Longtime actor, bodybuilder, and overall just a BA, Chuck Norris, passing away today. Never thought it could happen. I thought he was like the one person that could just stare at death and make death go back to sleep as it swung on and missed. But Chuck Norris passing away today. 2-1 here to Evan Morrison as the junior tries to deliver here on another big clutch opportunity with 2 outs here for the Broncos. Oddly enough, it's when they're at their best offensively. Let's see if it continues. Here's the 2-1. Check swing, no swing, 3-1 hitters count here for the powerful first baseman for HC. Time for 200, question mark? He's got the stick for it. Wind aided or not. Here's the 3-1 from Kopsel. And Morrison hits this out towards the power alley. The center fielder is there, however, as Darrow tracks that down, and it'll turn into a fly ball out to center in the box score for Morrison. 2 come aboard, but none score for the Broncos as we get set to go to inning number 3. Dakota Wesleyan 4, Hastings College 2. You're listening to Bronco Baseball this afternoon on Extreme Sports.
Nicole is having her favorite Runza salad.
The something ranch salad.
It's the chicken bacon ranch salad.
But you can put whatever else you want around it. I'm here for the ranch.
I'm with you. Runza's homemade ranch is perfect. It's so good. A classic.
It's literally the only reason I like salad.
Great point. Come get a salad with your ranch. Try Runza's chicken bacon ranch salad today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
Bronco baseball this afternoon here on Extreme Sports is brought to you by 5 Points Bank of Hastings, the better bank. Also by High Street Insurance Partners, looking out for you. Highland Dairy, locally made, naturally delicious. Tyson Nevronic with you here from Duncan Field on a beautiful birthday afternoon. Here on 85 degrees at first pitch time. We were working towards a high of 87. And if you think that's great, look at tomorrow. 93 degrees, the expected high temperature tomorrow afternoon here in Hastings as our unseasonably warm spring continues, and we will take it as we get set to go here in inning number 3. Lane Darrow, who just made the catch to end the second, gets to lead off the third and leads it off with a line drive, but the shortstop, Chase Valdez, is there with a leaping grab to rob Darrow of a base knock. Flashing off the leather at short, Jace Valdez, a liner to short to start things off. Jace Jarding, 2 RBI double back in the first, part of a rocky first for Connor Weber. Allowing 3 in the first and 1 in the second. Let's see if he can settle in here and get after this DWU lineup. Again, ambush tactics as they go first pitch swinging, and this one is swung on and shot foul. Jardine, 2 RBI double. In his first AB, Joe Thoraldson waiting in the on-deck circle. He lined out, or grounded out, to third to ultimately end that Tiger threat in the first. Pitch inside at ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. 4-2. Tigers on top. Here in this second half of our G-Pack doubleheader. This second half scheduled for 9 as it's a 2-hopper to Rojas. Rojas flips to Morrison in time. And the 4-3 put out and 2 quickly retired here in the top half of the third. Again, how G-Pack doubleheaders work. First game is 7 innings. Second one goes 9. Unless the first game goes extra innings, in which case both go to 7 innings. Joe Thoraldson at the plate. Thoraldson again, the ground out to third, Watches this one bounce off the plate. Thoraldson walked and grounded into a fielder's choice, and then was pinch hit for in his would-be last AB of game number 1. Connor Weber deals the 1-0, line drive, second base, whoa, and a catch from Tyler Rojas. Look what I found as he leaps up and pulls that baby back in. Some great defense on display from the Broncos here on the top of the third. A goose egg goes on the board, and we go to the bottom of the third, trailing by just 2. Dakota Wesleyan 4, Hastings College 2. Defense, it's important too, kids. We're back after the break.
Did someone say ice cream? It's time to chill out this summer and make your favorite Dairylicious dream come true. Whether you are craving ice cream, yogurt, cottage cheese, tangy dips, or all of the above, Highland is bringing the savings to satisfy those cravings guilt-free. Visit highlanddairy.com/savings to scoop up coupons, try new recipes, and spin for a chance to win fun prizes. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
There's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it in the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back with you here on Extreme Sports. Tyson Nevronic with you. Bottom of the third, Samuel Bruno getting set to head to the plate. A couple good things from Italy: pasta, cheese, wine, and Samuel Bruno, who also hails from Italy. Their World Baseball Classic team wasn't too bad either this year. Samuel Bruno stepping up to the plate from the coast of Italy, the second player on the Broncos with international ties. I mentioned Evan Morrison from Medicine Hat, Canada. As Bruno squares around a bunt, pulls it back, ball one here in the bottom of the third. Good to have a data nerd here in press box 3 with me on my left side. As the pitch goes in for a strike, we've got geography and minor league sports teams coming up here as we move along through this broadcast. Wealth of information. And none of it really that useful, to be honest with you. Ask his wife, ask any of my friends. We don't store useful information. We just bring you all of random stats. Here's a 2-1 to Samuel Bruno. Chopper going to go to shortstop side, fielded by Tharaldson, fired over to first in time, scooped up by Payne to retire Bruno for the first out. 6-3 put out as Peyton Vargas will step up to the plate. Broncos have had a couple tough breaks. You got to credit DWU for kind of bearing down defensively. They kind of tossed the ball around the yard in the first game. 3 errors and a couple snowball fights, and they've locked down defensively. There's a lot of would-be hits, I think, for HC that have been taken away by just some really good defensive plays here from the Tigers in Game 2. As Peyton Vargas will step up to the plate. He singled in his first AB. And he had a an RBI double back in game number 1. He's behind in the count here, 0-2, and that one gets him in the back of the numbers. That breaking ball did not break. That was a V line for the 2-7 printed on the back of Peyton Vargas, and that got him right in the back. Hit by a pitch. Second batter to be plunked here for the Broncos this afternoon. Vargas is going to be courtesy run for by, I would imagine, Mr. Richter. Ben Richter, the senior from Eaton, Colorado, to run for Vargas. As T-Mart steps up to the plate, a 2 RBI triple. The only 2 runs here from the Broncos so far in this contest. We played 2 1/3. Broncos have a base runner and 1 down here in the bottom half. T-Mart and Cody Haynes waiting in the on-deck circle as Martinez looks at the ball upstairs, and all of a sudden location issues have started to develop for Luke Kopsel, who looked like he was kind of dialed in here, but a plunked batter and 2 straight wide ones. Kopsel in the turf. Ball 3. 4 pitches sent to strike. Squaring around, pulling it back. Ball 4. Tristan Martinez is aboard on the base on balls. Hit by a pitch and a base on balls was how the 8-run first for the Broncos happened in Game 1. And it looks like the Dakota Wesleyan coaching staff is noticing that and is going to be quick to point that out here for a quick mound visit. Can the Broncos make Dakota Wesleyan pay for some more mistakes on location? They say walks and errors will kill you. 16-0 was the final in Game 1. We'll let the final speak for itself. Up to bat, Cody Haynes. He has had a day. Popped out to second here in his first at-bat in Game 2, but look at the line score Game 1. Walk, single, RBI run. Error, run. Single, RBI run. 2 ribbies, 3 runs scored. Reached base 4 times. Nobody hotter right now on the Broncos batting lineup than our speedy center fielder in Cody Haynes. Out of the 6th hole, can he keep it going here in the middle of the order? 2 base runners aboard. Broncos trying to get right back into this baby in the bottom half of the 3rd. Ball low and outside, 2-0. And that is 6 straight wide ones. Now thrown by Kopsel. Not how you like to see after a mound visit if you're Dakota Wesleyan. Kopsel fires, and that one is low. And now a 3-0. Taking all the way here, I would imagine, if you're Cody Haynes. Wow. Keeps the bat on the shoulder. 9 straight wide ones. Thrown here by Kopsel, and the Broncos have the bases loaded with 1 out. The location has disappeared. The GPS is offline here for Luke Kopsel. Here in the bottom half of the 3rd. A hit batter and 2 straight walks on 4 straight pitches. Brings up number 4, Jared Delgado. Delgado, a 2 RBI double back in game 1. JD set to roll. Delgado from Bloomfield, Colorado. 0-1, there's the bender, and that misses, just low. So Kopsel gets his first strike over. Big lead over there at 3rd. Now Delgado takes a hack and sends it into the parking lot. 1-2, 1 down. Bases juiced here in the bottom of the 3rd. Bottom of the order here for the Broncos, but they have been productive today. Big opportunity to regain control of this ballgame. Delgado, 2 hoppers, shortstop side. Thorlson fields it over to second. 6-4-3, double play, backbreaker for the Broncos. Jared Delgado grounds into the double play. The defense continues for the Tigers. And a 6-4-3 double play puts an end to the 3rd inning here for HC. Broncos trailing the Tigers 4-2. Top of the 4th coming up. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
At High Street Insurance and Financial Services, we are agents of change. We believe life is full of new opportunities, and we guide you forward with strength and confidence so together we can build stronger, more resilient communities, illuminating the path ahead, where opportunities are always within reach. We do it for all our futures. High Street Insurance and Financial Services, located at 3606 Cimarron Plaza, Suite 280 in Hastings.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Call it the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Hastings College Baseball this afternoon on Extreme Sports, brought to you in part by Pepsi. Deliciously refreshing. Also by Runza, homemade fresh, and by Mary Lanning Healthcare. Your care, our inspiration. Train count number 2 on the afternoon. Quiet zones passed 7 years ago, gang. Still don't have them here in Hastings. As it'll be Shane Cohen now at the plate. Cohen takes a look at a first pitch ball. Shane Cohen, by the way, from Windsor Junction, Nova Scotia. Which, if you're wondering in terms of where is that in comparison to Medicine Hat, as it's a pop-up to left field for the Evan Morrison from Medicine Hat, Cohen from Nova Scotia. I'm told, according to our data analysis here in Press Box 3, that that's a 45-hour drive. I thought trips to the western end of Nebraska were bad. Nova Scotia and Medicine Hat are just a measly 45 hours away from each other. Pop out to left. Starts off proceedings here in the 4th. The 9-hole, Brett Grobner coming up to the plate. Talon ball No waiting in the on-deck circle. That would turn the lineup over here for Dakota Wesleyan, who leads by 2. As the 1-0 right back up the middle. That'll knock Weber off his feet, but a nice cover from shortstop. Valdez gets it over there in time. You bet! What a great play from the shortstop, Valdez. Ball goes 5-hole on the pitcher, Weber. Valdez is there to back it up, scoop it up, and fire it over to first in time. The 6-3 put out, and there's 2 down here in the DWU fourth. Talon Ball. Talented leadoff hitter stepping up to the plate. Grounded out to second, and speaking of Valdez, reached by way of the E6 back in inning number 2. A tough E, but an E yet the same. First pitch ball from Connor Weber. As the freshman looks in and delivers. Bender, beauty! That's how you throw it. Connor Weber puts that on a dot at the knees. The 1-1. Here to Talon Ball. Broncos trailing by 2 here in the top of the 4th. This baby's scheduled for 9. Sweet frame job there from Peyton Vargas, but that's not going to appease the umpire. I'd give him a nomination for an Academy Award there. Here's a 2-1 from Connor Weber. Get to some more NCAA basketball scores coming up after this AB, or if this AB ends, next half inning for you. You're on Extreme Sports. Not a lot of dramatic action happening on the court, so why not come down and enjoy the final 5 frames of this one on a beautiful Friday afternoon. Swung on and missed. Talon Ball sat down. First strikeout of the afternoon from Connor Weber, and the Broncos are out of the 4th with another goose egg thrown up on the board for DWU. 3 up, 3 down. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. Broncos trailing 4-2. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
This is Patrick Mahomes, and you are listening to Extreme Sports.
Tyler Rojas putting this one out to right, and it is past the right fielder. This one's going to roll out to the wall. Tyler Rojas rounding around second and standing up with a triple. A 3-bagger for Tyler Rojas. And the Hastings College Broncos have a runner in scoring position 90 feet away, tying run at the plate. Tying run for Evan Morrison after the 2-out triple from Tyler Rojas. Morrison, so far here in Game 2, a ground out to first and a fly out to center, and a pitch that goes over the head. Evan Morrison having to duck. Kopsel missing the zone by just a little bit. Big lead at third base from Rojas. Morrison, 2 hoppers, second base. He's going to be thrown out. 4-3 put out. Runner stranded at the third base bag. Broncos can't cash in on the 3-bagger from the bat of Tyler Rojas and go down with a runner 90 feet away. Let's go to the top half of the 5th and party rock here at Duncan. 4-2, Tigers on top. Tigers coming to bat. It's GPAC Baseball on Extreme Sports.
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this of trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Back here at Extreme Sports, Tyson Nevronik with you as we get set to go here in the top half of the 5th. Tyler Rojas getting a triple, but stranded 90 feet away. Evan Morrison grounding out to end the inning in the bottom half of the 4th. Top of 5 we go. 2-3-4. Due up now for Dakota Wesleyan. Caleb Myers leading things off. Single and a run scored, a single and an RBI. How about something nice and simple like a 6-3? There's a swing and a miss. We'll take a K2 in the scorebook. Again, headlines today on the court. A tight game with Kentucky as they had to survive against Santa Clara. The other headline of the day, Tennessee, a 22-point victory over the Miami, Ohio Redhawks, and we can finally put that argument to bed. Boy, I wonder what Power 4 school like Auburn missing out on an opportunity to go to the tournament. What a shame. 2-1. As Caleb Myers goes to work. Weber back on the bump here for HC to begin inning number 5. Roughed up a little bit in the first frame, but he's really settled in. Back-to-back scoreless frames in the 3rd and 4th against these Tigers. As it's a bender at the knees for a strike. Here comes the 2-2. Connor Weber looks in, gets the sign from Vargas, and delivers. Gets him on the inside corner and freezes him up. An upside-down K in the scorebook for Caleb Myers. And back-to-back punch-outs now for Connor Weber. 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. They've been the last 2 batters as Mason Riley will come up to the plate. Ending the 4th with a strikeout, starting the 5th with a strikeout. The freshman starting to feel it here this afternoon. Mason Riley Pops it straight up the chute. First pitch swinging. Tyler Rojas gets called off by the right fielder as Tristan Martinez comes in to make the play. 3-4-5 power due up for the Broncos in the bottom of the fifth. Trying to retire these Tigers quietly. After the fly out to right, Dexter Payne stepping up to the plate, a single, and a ground out to short. First pitch strike. Resiliency from Connor Weber. Roughed up in the first, didn't let it bother him, settled in, and is dealing midway through this ball game for his Broncos. Swung on and missed at strike two. Mason Riley, Dexter Payne, at the plate. Looking at an 0-2. Webb working fast, goes up the ladder, strike three. 2 punch-outs in the inning. 3 on the day. And a dugout that is excited to greet their starting pitcher, Connor Weber. 3 straight scoreless frames. Broncos still trail it by 2. Need to get the bats going. Bottom of the fifth. When we come back here from Duncan Field.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Check it out.
Back with you at Duncan Field, Tyson Neveronic with you as Samuel Bruno will be leading things off here for the Broncos, the Italian product. Keeping an eye on tournament action coming up later tonight. If you're an Iowa fan, you have Iowa and Clemson. You also have Northern Iowa against St. John's. The Panthers of Northern Iowa are my second Cinderella team. My first one didn't do so well for me. I had picked the Hofstra Pride. That was a disappointment. They were blown out by Alabama today. Later on tonight, UCLA is playing Central Florida. Queens, in their first year in existence, is taking on the Purdue Boilermakers. Florida versus Prairie View A&M. Kansas and Cal Baptist at 8:45. My goodness, these games are late. And then the Mizzou Tigers, Mizzou, they go up against the Miami Hurricanes tonight at 9:10. UConn and Furman, the other matchups. It's still the same train. It's not train count number 3. This is train number 2. It's just been stopped and constantly blowing the whistle behind us. Really pleasant. The brakes are on again for that train. My goodness. If you're listening and wanting to get to Duncan Field, just go under the underpass. That train has been here and parked forever. Dakota Munger, the new pitcher here for Dakota Wesleyan. As Compsol was losing control a little bit towards the tail end of that fourth inning, and really the third and fourth, lucky to get out of there unscathed. The Broncos had a runner 90 feet away. The Broncos also had the bases loaded before a 6-4-3 double play was their undoing in the third. So 3 runners stranded in scoring position for HC. And 4 total in the last 2 frames has warranted the pitching change as Munger comes into pitch and Samuel Bruno. Ooh, that was close and just wide of the first base bag. That nearly went right over the top of it. Crowd continues to shuffle in as the post 5 p.m. crew is now made their way down to the ballpark. As it's Samuel Bruno, Peyton Vargas, Tristan Martinez. 3-4-5 due up for HC. Here's the pitch to Bruno. Slow roller, shortstop side. It's going to be a tough play. 6-3 put out. Thought that was going to be a little bit slower to the shortstop, but a nice job by Tarleton to go up there and get to it and makes the play in time as Peyton Vargas stepping up to the plate. Vargas stepping in that left-handed batter's box. One down here in the bottom half of the fifth. Bronco baseball this afternoon. Majority of the scoring in the first frame and a third. 2 hoppers, second base side, easy peasy. Grobner to Payne, 4-3 put out. Vargas goes down. And Tristan Martinez will head up to the plate. Two down, 4-2. Martinez trying to get something going here with 2 outs and a little 2-out rally. Ball low, 4-1. Cody Haynes waiting in the on-deck circle. It looks like it's backing up now. Pitch in there for a strike. This train has just been camping for maybe watching a good baseball game. I don't know. The conductor's got a right idea. Just pull the brakes up right at Duncan Field. Hello. That was a hard line drive and shoots through what would be the Pepsi party deck during Sodbuster baseball games. Again, Victor Rojas, familiar name. He's going to hang around here in the summer, too, at Duncan Field with the Hastings Sodbusters baseball organization as the 1-2 comes to Tristan Martinez. Not so fast, my friends. Dakota Wesleyan was halfway off the field. They thought that was strike 3, and to be truthful, I think Tristan did too. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Blue pulls everybody back and says, let's go with the 2-2. Here's the pitch to Tristan. Popped up and popped foul. Catcher had no idea where it went. Went off the plate and hit him in the mask. That's why they have him. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the bottom half of the fifth. 45 minutes after 5 o'clock on your Friday. On the gorgeous March afternoon. Officially the first day of spring. Hot shot through the middle. Tristan Martinez is going to be a base runner here for the Broncos with 2 down. A single through the middle. That's Martinez's second hit of the afternoon. Cody Haynes now stepping up to the plate. Again, the only reason I know March 20th is the first day of spring is because that correlates with my mother's birthday. So happy birthday again to Mother, listening from the comfort of the garage with beverages in hand. Cheers. As it'll be Haynes at the plate. First pitch swing and chops it foul. 0-1 delivery here to Haynes. Again, Munger now in at pitching for Dakota Wesleyan. Kopsel, official line, goes 4 innings, allowing 6 hits, 2 runs. Pitch on the outside corner in for strike 2 on Haynes. Might have been a give back after the 2-2 to Martinez was taken for a ball. Here's the 0-2. Martinez stays at first base. It's a high chopper, second base side. Running it down with no play at it. No throw from Grobner, and the Broncos now have 2 aboard. An infield single for Cody Haynes. Gotta love the Duncan hop, baby. The high chopper. As Delgado will get set to head to the plate. Jared Delgado so far. 2 groundouts. 1 backbreaker was the 6-4-3 double play. And then the 4-3 put out. Waiting in the on-deck circle is Levi Fletcher. Fletcher, who went down on strikes, I believe is flexing for Diego Martinez in the batting order, and then Diego Martinez still playing at the hot corner defensively. As the pitch comes in, and this is a gapper that's going to go for a while, but caught down at center field. The speed from Darrow to track that baby down, that traveled for a while. A loud out with 2 runners aboard, and boy, that's been the story for the Broncos offensively all afternoon. Put some runners on and just can't find the hit to cash in as Jared Delgado flies out to center to end the 5th. Let's go to the 6th. The Tigers still leading by 2. Dakota Wesleyan 4, Hastings College 2. Great baseball game here at Duncan Field on a Friday night. Let's come back with more GPAC baseball right after this.
For all of your professional, residential, and commercial cleaning services, call the trusted experts at B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings. They have been in business for over 4 years, delivering professional services one clean at a time. Reclaim your time and enjoy a healthier, fresher home with a call to B&B Cleaning Pros. Their meticulous cleaning professionals handle everything from routine upkeep to intensive deep cleans, tailored perfectly to your schedule and needs. They focus on kitchens, bathrooms, high traffic areas, dust removal, and floor care. Give them a call at 402-519-4602. Stop in at 123 North Lexington in Hastings or visit them at bnbcleaningpros.com.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
There's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Caught it in the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back here at Duncan Field this afternoon, Tyson Ivronik with you. Top of the 6th we go. And Darrow set to lead things off after the 2-3-4 hitters went down quietly in the 5th for the Tigers. It'll be Darrow to start things off here in the 6th. Darrow, a double. And then a line out to short so far this afternoon. And check swing, no swing, but it catches the corner anyway. 2-1. Darrow, part of the big 3-run first inning for Dakota Wesleyan. And that's really the lone time the Tigers have had really some bite to this offense. Dialing in was Connor Weber after the first, allowing just 1 run since. Majority of the damage done in that 5-hit, 3-run first. Since then, 1 run on 1 hit. Problem is, Broncos haven't been able to cash in offensively. Put runners on, put runners in scoring position. Plenty of traffic on the base paths, but the clutch hit has not came for HC, as Dakota Wesleyan will draw a walk. Darrow aboard via the base on balls. Jace Jarding. 2 RBI double. And a ground out to second. That ground out to second sounding more and more palatable from the Bronco fan perspective. As the con man goes back to work. Connor Weber looks in. Swung on and missed. All sorts of confused on that swing. Jace Jarding almost tore the carpet off the left-handed batter's box. Here's the 0-1. Pitch misses low, runners off on it, and a play at second, not going to be in time. The speedy Darrow takes second base, the second stolen base against Connor Weber here this afternoon. One ball, one strike. Here to Jace Jarding. Top half of the 6th inning. This second half of our doubleheader scheduled for 9 here. Long look over at the second base bag. Winds and delivers. Off speed. Upstairs. Ball 2. Joe Thorlton waiting in the on-deck circle. He's 0 for 2. How much more gas does Connor Weber have in the tank here in the top of the 6th? Again, he threw a lot of pitches back in that first inning. As that one misses high and outside, and a visit. Upcoming here for Connor as his battery mate Vargas, Peyton Vargas, goes out and says a few things. Tell you what, you flash back to game number 1, Alexander Hardy. What a great pitching performance from him. A one-hitter, albeit in a 7-inning shortened affair. Tell you what, 8 runs of run support can do for some confidence. Xander Hardy was just having some fun up there. Throwing strikes, defense was making plays behind him. That was the Broncos' MO back in game 1. Not a lot in terms of the strikeout total, not a lot in terms of the pitch count. Xander Hardy was just able to pound the zone, and the Bronco defense was making plays behind him. Let's see if we can get back to that. That's base on balls. Jace Jarding draws the walk. It's back-to-back walks, and we might soon be in for a walk to the rubber here from the Hastings College coaching staff. Bullpen stirring. And stepping up to the plate's Joe Thorlton. My left-hand man, Noah Jennings, says it perfectly. Watch out for some small ball here. This is the perfect opportunity for it. And there it is, Thorlton squaring around. Pulls the bunt back, misses inside. Bullpen on red alert. Back-to-back walks, and now a first pitch ball here to the 7-hitter Thorlton. And it is a dramatic moment here at Duncan. Thorlton pulls the bunt back again, 2-0. First and second, nobody down. And after 3 brilliant frames, some trouble here for Connor Weber. The off-speed pitch in there for a strike. 2-1. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Broncos. Broncos trailing by 2. Top half of the 6th. Here from Duncan. Infield, crashing in. Connor steps off the rubber. Checks the runners back to second. Big moment here for the young freshman Connor Weber. Off-speed pitch, bunted foul, 2-2. So small ball is going to be off, and Connor Weber can go to work here. It's the bottom of the order. Let's go ahead and give him some gas, kid. Get after these guys. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2-1. And a 4-2 Dakota Wesleyan lead. Tigers looking to tack on more here in the top half. Foul ball out towards the parking lot. Souvenir for the young children riding the bicycles in the parking lot at Duncan Field this afternoon. Connor Weber checking pitch comm that he gets here from Peyton Vargas, Jake Porras, and Cameron Severino. The righty-lefty bullpen activity for Hastings College. Check that, 2 right-handed throwers. As Weber goes to work here on the right-handed batter, Thorlton. Again, bunts off here with 2 strikes. A big pitch upcoming for Connor. Off speed, put into play. This one's tailing towards the line, and it's going to be dropped in foul territory. Oh, giving it a good run was T-Mart out there and right. Lost the cap and everything. Why are you jogging back to the cap? Go ahead and take a little stroll. Have your pitcher do a couple laps around the batting. Go around the rubber. Give yourself a chance to catch your breath. This is a mad sprint in foul territory. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We've had 3 foul balls in a row. Here from Joe Thorlton. The 8th pitch of the AB. Chopped foul again. Good battle brewing here. Guy that you can't lose. Can't let Thorlton off the hook here. Got to keep pounding the zone. Thorlton has wasted 4 Connor pitches. HC trailing by 2 after a blowout victory in game 1. Pitch inside for a ball. 3-2. Big moment here. Hate to put an asterisk on it early, but this could be a make or break at bat for the Broncos. 3-2, nobody down. 2 on here for the Tigers in the top of the 6th, holding on to a 4-2 lead. Dakota Wesleyan striking for 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Another foul ball. Joe Thorlton having himself a day. Umpire says, I'm going to need more baseballs, boys. 4 straight fouled off into the parking lot. If the balls were still at a rate of inflation when they were 25 cents when I was a kid, you could make a rent payment if you were gathering balls out in the parking lot. Thorlton puts an absolute shot into this down the left field wall. It's going to hop off the wall. 2 runs, probably going to score here for Dakota Wesleyan, and they will. 2-run double on one of the at-bats of the season for Joe Thorlton. I know it's early, but my goodness.
This sound is processed by StereoTool. Go to stereotool.com.
Connor Weber, and then breaks through with an absolute rocket out to left field to score 2 runs. Joe Thorlton extends the lead now to 6-2 for the Tigers, and that looks like that'll do it for Connor Weber as he meets here with Victor Rojas on the mound. We'll have a pitching change coming up. We'll tell you all about it when we come back. 6-2, a big 2 RBI double. Still nobody down. Bronco Arms need to throw some strikes here in the top half of the 6th when we come back. 6-2, Tigers lead.
Hi, this is Terry Anstein, President, 5 Points Bank of Hastings. On behalf of our shareholders, directors, and staff, I would like to thank all of our great customers for helping us become the fastest growing bank in Hastings. I would also like to invite everyone in the Hastings area to stop in and visit with one of our bankers and learn how we can be your bank for the long run. Locally owned, locally managed, 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Member FDIC.
What is Mammoth? Excellent question. Mammoth is everything you need it to be. On paper, Mammoth is a modern master build firm dedicated to building the places where passion and community collide. We consult, create, and construct projects of every size. We are makers, movers, machine operators, artists, innovators, competitors, and builders. And there's nothing we can't do together. Do together.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Call it the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Bronco baseball here this afternoon on Extreme Sports. Brought to you in part by our friends at Bob Sass Flowers, also by Family Medical Center, Butler Vollen Funeral Home, Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning, B&B Cleaning Pros, and Miscue's Sports Bar and Grill. As coming up to the plate will be Levi Fletcher here for the Hastings College Broncos. Fletcher, first pitch swinging. Powers it up and over the center fielder. He's going back, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Fletch going around second and stop in there for a double. A big swing off the bat of Levi Fletcher. First pitch. Says, thank you very much. Deposits it over the center fielder's head. It goes all the way to the 408 wall out at center field, and Levi Fletcher standing on board second base with a leadoff double. So I'll bring up Jace Valdez. Valdez, fielder's choice, and a fly out to left. Now, I say fly out because that's the way it's going to appear in our scorebook. It was loud. Left fielder had a lot of ground to make up. Here's a throwback, tear on to Levi Fletcher. Fletcher dives back in safely. Levi at the second base bag. Jace Valdez at the plate, top of the order after Jace. Broncos trailing by 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. As this ball is going to get past the catcher, and Fletcher's going to have a free base. Move up another 90 feet. Now at the third base bag. Pop fly in this yard will score him. Broncos just got to chip away offensively here and dig out of this hole. 6-2, the score. And again, it hasn't been like offensive woes or anything. In fact, the Broncos have out-hit the Tigers. 8-7 here in this ball game, but just haven't been able to deliver the clutch hits. A bases loaded opportunity, runners at second and third opportunity, all go by the wayside. And if the Broncos can cash in here in the late stages, we could be in for another dramatic night here at Duncan Field. Wednesday, that wasn't exciting enough for you. Broncos comeback victory over Central Christian, down 6 at one point in that ball game. Fought and clawed, and resiliency won the day as they get the comeback victory. And then you started off today with a 16-0 victory, and spirits and momentum are high, but trailing by 4 here. Ball down the second base side. Diving play over at second base. The run is going to come across to score, and they're going to rule him safe. Wow, Jace Valdez is going to beat out an infield single, and my guess is if you're Dakota Wesley and you're having words, and they are going to indeed come out and have a discussion here at the first base bag. An absolutely great grab by Grobner. Fired over on the one hop to first. Payne showing off the leather, showing the umpire. Umpire once again crossed the diamond, making the safe call as Fletcher comes in to score on the play. And I think what Dakota Wesleyan wants to do here, Coach Dubansky, he wants to at least have a discussion with the home plate umpire to see if the home plate umpire had a better angle down the line. Because, again, you're between third and short, and crawling across the diamond, and this is about the third time it's happened. And again, it's a two-man crew. It's what happens. But Dubansky is going to get his money's worth here in this one. And ultimately leaves a little deflated. The call not overturned. And it's an infield single for Jace Valdez. That's big. That is a big, big play for the Broncos. 6-3, nobody down. Top of the order now coming up. As here comes T-Row, Tyler Rojas. Lazy throw back to the first base bag. Just trying to keep Jace honest over there. I'd love to see Wheels in motion, be aggressive and get in scoring position here. T-Row squares around to bunt. One of the better bunters here on this Bronco baseball team, at least in the few games that I put eyeballs here on HC. Trust him to do just about anything in that leadoff spot. Here's the 0-1 to Tyler Rojas. Misses outside. Brings the count 2-1-1. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Broncos. Bottom of the 6th inning in a 1-1 count. Nobody down, runner at first. Broncos have already struck for 1. Trying to get back into this baby. Gave up 2 in the top half of the 6th. That chased away our starter Connor Weber, who ultimately went 5 innings, giving up 2 runs on 7 hits. Now Jake Porras with an opportunity to be in position for the win if the Bronco offense can get rolling here. Rojas doesn't like the call, and pretty sure Victor Rojas doesn't either. Starting to hear it from both dugouts now as this umpiring crew. 2-2. That misses outside, and now it's 3-2. Full count upcoming for Tyler Rojas. Evan Morrison awaiting in the on-deck circle. Can Rojas work a base hit or a ball 4? Throw back over to first. Valdez, who was about a foot off the bag, gets back in easy. Keeping him honest. Here's the secondary lead from Jace Valdez. We'll see if he's off on the 3-2. He's not. Pitch misses wide anyway. Tyler Rojas is going to get aboard via the ball 4. So Rojas, a strikeout, a hit by a pitch, a triple, and a walk. As Evan Morrison will come to the plate, and Coach Durbanski might say, let's see a new arm. This inning so far for the Broncos, the infield single from Jace Valdez after the Levi Fletcher double. And now a walk and a meeting here on the mound. No indication from the Dakota Wesleyan pen yet that a move is going to be made. This might be just a little pep talk. And indeed it is, as Munger will go back to work. So stepping up to the plate here for the Broncos, the powerful first baseman, Evan Morrison. 2 groundouts to first and a long fly ball to center. Morrison, this one's going to get through the gap. It is! That's going to get into right field for a single. It'll be an RBI. As coming around to score is going to be Jace Valdez. And the Broncos strike for another. They trail by 2, 6-4. 2-1, nobody down here in the bottom half of the 6th. Evan Morrison delivers with the RBI single. And the Broncos are getting some signs of life here in the bottom of the 6th. Some clutch hitting here from the top of the order as Samuel Bruno. Chef's kiss from the Italian. Time to find a gap somewhere, Samuel. Pitch outside, strike 1. Bruno so far, single, a ground out to short, and a ground out to short. 4, 5, 6 due up for Dakota Wesleyan, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. This could be a big Bronco, bottom of the 6th. 2 on, nobody down. And now trailing by 2. The go-ahead run at the plate in the form of Samuel Bruno. The 1-1, a spin around, turn back to second. Not going to get Tyler Rojas. As Rojas dives back in safely, Morrison at first. Old Glory now barely even drifting out in center field. As we creep in on the early evening hours here on a Friday. Pitch inside, misses for ball 2. 2-1. Now to Samuel Bruno. As the pitch comes in here from Munger. Samuel pops it straight up the chute, and it's going to be out of play. Out back by us. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. Nobody down. Here in the Bronco 6th. Samuel Bruno at the plate. The cleanup hitter, Peyton Vargas. Waiting in the on-deck circle. Broncos looking for the big breakthrough inning. Bruno puts it in play. It's going to find a gap out between short and third. Wheeling around second is going to be Rojas. He's in for score. Morris into second. Samuel Bruno, an RBI single. And the Broncos now trail by 1. 6-5. Broncos trailing. 11 hits in the ball game. And here comes Peyton Vargas, now to the plates. Single hit by pitch, ground out to second. Dugout's fired up. They are right back in it. This frame, again, that started off with a Levi Fletcher double, then the infield single, a walk, and then back-to-back RBI singles. And now the tying run in scoring position at second base in the form of Evan Morrison. Samuel Bruno, the go-ahead run over at first. A big Bronco 6th. 1-0. First base side. Looked to go to second for a double play, but didn't have it. Smart move from Payne just to step on the bag. The runners advance to second and third as Tristan Martinez will step up to the plate. Martinez, a 2 RBI triple, a walk, and a single. As there's 1 down with 2 in scoring position. And now finally for Dakota Wesleyan, some bullpen activity. I'd look down the right field line, the past couple ABs. That is Kelby Woodham, a senior from Florida. Getting some throwing in. With the tying run 90 feet away at the third base bag. Tristan Martinez puts it in play. 2-hopper, shortstop side. They'll look to go to first for the tag out. Tristan Martinez is going to get to first. It's a fielder's choice. Run comes across to score. So Martinez ties up the game with the chopper as it's Morrison scoring. Bruno getting cut down at third. And now Martinez at the first base bag with another run batted in. 3 on the day for him. Pinch hitter here. It's a 16. Nick Dieterding coming in to hit. Nick from Oklahoma, a junior. Will come in place of Cody Haynes. All right, so we'll get our scorebook straight away here. 6-6 game, brand new ball game here in the bottom of the 6th, the 4 spot from Hastings College. Tristan Martinez at the first base bag. See how aggressive they are with him as Dieterding puts one in play. It's going to go foul. Nick at the plate, Jared Delgado awaiting in the on-deck circle. Or so we're led to believe, but it looks like another bat is heading into the on-deck circle. That is number 24, Carter Guiden from North Richland Hills, Texas. It's grabbed a bat, so we'll be ready for that. Here's a chopper. Up and over the pitcher's head. This is going to be a tough play from third. And coming in to make the play in time. Wow. What a play from Talon Ball. Coming in and covering a lot of ground. Getting it on the bare hand. In time to the first baseman for the out. But the Broncos tie it up. A 4 spot in the bottom of the 6th. And we are all tied once again. 6-6 ball game going into the 7th. It's good G-Pack baseball here on Extreme Sports.
Taylor is living the Runza dream.
The Fry Life is the high life.
He's stacking up rewards on the Runza mobile app.
Points on points on points on points.
That's a lot of free food from Runza.
Yep, I'm headed there for lunch today.
Download the Runza mobile app to start getting rewards. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this. We're trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Back here at Duncan Field, Tyson Everonic with you. As the train finally gets moving, or that's a different train. That's going in the other direction. Cameron Dahlgren, by the way, a new pitcher here for the Broncos. From Viva Las Vegas. Coming in relief of Jake Porras. So Dahlgren, a right-handed reliever, going to go to work. Pitch popped up high. And might have got a piece of the train as that goes out towards the tracks. An 0-1 count after the Broncos put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the 6th. Tyson Everonic with you here from Press Box 3 at Duncan Field. A 1-1 count here to Dakota Wesleyan's leadoff hitter in the top of the 7th, Dexter Payne. Payne pops it up into the air. Nearly. Gonna need slightly longer arms than I have to grab one of those. Double arigato, Mr. Roboto, with the arms. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Outside corner. Give him the call. Doesn't get it. 2-2. Dahlgren looks in and delivers. Inside, strike 3. Froze him on the inside corner. And it's a punch out for the Hastings College Broncos. That'll send Lane Darrow up to the plate after the Payne strikeout. So Dahlgren gets his first strikeout here in relief for HC. And now Lane Darrow heading up to the plate. Darrow, a double, a line out, and a walk. And a run scored. One popper goes out to left field. Smoked between short and third. No chance there, Fletcher at the hot corner. Love to see the exit velo numbers on that one off the bat of Lane Darrow for his second hit of the ball game. It's a single, and that'll bring up Jace Jarding. Jarding, a 2 RBI double, ground out and a walk today. Throwing back towards Darrow at the first base bag, nothing doing. Victor Rojas rolling the dice on the reliever from Las Vegas. Here in a 6-6 tie in the top of the 7th. Line drive, going to drop in front of the center fielder. Big hop out in the outfield, but played nicely from the center fielder, Haynes. But imagine that's still Haynes out in center. He had not been pinch hit for at the moment. And so, yes, Haynes, nope, check that. His number 16 out in center. Nick Detterding. So Detterding replaces Haynes. As this pitch is on the outside corner. New batter here for Dakota Wesleyan. Check that. Nope, Joe Thoraldson. Getting ahead of myself, trying to keep our books somewhat manageable here for you for the final 3 frames. You get to college baseball with a roster as extensive as Hastings College, and when substitutions get made, the book gets a little sketchy. Here's the 0-2. Liner, 1 hop, fielded nicely, 6, 4, 3, equals 2, and the Broncos are out of the 7th. Some good defense. Valdez to Rojas to Morrison. And the Broncos turn 2 to keep the Tigers scoreless in the top of the 7th. It's stretch time from Duncan. 7th inning stretch in a 6-6 tie. You're listening to Bronco Baseball. Get up and stretch. We'll see you after the break.
Did someone say ice cream? It's time to chill out this summer and make your favorite Dairylicious dream come true. Whether you are craving ice cream, yogurt, cottage cheese, tangy dips, or all of the above, Highland is bringing the savings to satisfy those cravings guilt-free. Visit highlanddairy.com/savings to scoop up coupons, try new recipes, and spin for a chance to win fun prizes. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
This is Patrick Mahomes, and you are listening to Extreme Sports.
Back here at Duncan Field, Tyson Avronic with you here on Extreme Sports, coverage of Hastings College baseball here on a Friday afternoon. This one's been a great ball game. 6-6 here as we go to the bottom half of the 7th. Dakota Wesleyan grabbed the early 3-0 lead. Hastings College marched back with 2 of their own. Kept it kind of within punching distance until Dakota Wesleyan had a breakthrough inning in the top half of the 6th. They go score for 2. And you're thinking, uh-oh, we haven't found any clutch hits here in Game 2. Well, the Broncos broke open the dam in the bottom of the 6th for 4. And, we have a brand new ball game here with 2.5 innings to play. So there's that. Up to bat now for the Broncos, number 24, Carter Whiten from North Richland Hills, Texas. He will bat for Jared Delgado. So Carter stepping up to pinch hit for the Broncos here. As we squeeze his name in between the margins. Between Detterding, Delgado, and Martinez and Fletcher. He'll fit somewhere in there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 6-6 tie. Off-speed pitch, chopped foul. Levi Fletcher waiting in the on-deck circle. He had the double that started the 4-run 6th for the Broncos. Broncos looking to keep the offense rolling here against this DWU pitching staff. And this ball fly ball center field. And going down, making the diving grab is going to be Darrow out there. That's his second diving grab he's made today as he tracks that one down for the inning's first out. Bottom of the 7th, 6-6 tie. Fletcher now at the plate. He came in replace of Diego Martinez, who slid awkwardly into second and had to leave the ball game. Fletch looks at the first pitch strike. 6-6 tie. 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Broncos. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 2-hopper right in front of the mound. 1-3 putout. Fletcher is retired. Jace Valdez coming to the plate. Reached on an infield single in the 6th. Bang, bang play that Valdez was able to beat out. And if he can at least start getting the table set here for the top of the order. Broncos trying to get in business here with 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. Six tie. Here at 6:37 on a Friday night, and this ball is going to hit the chalk. It's going to get down for Jace Valdez. That ball is going to roll for a while as Valdez, rounding second, heading towards third, slamming the brakes and retreating backwards. But a stand-up double for Jace Valdez. You saw the chalk fly on the left field side, and the Broncos have a runner in scoring position here late in the 7th. Coming up to the plate, Tyler Rojas. After the Jace Valdez double, back-to-back hits for Jace Valdez, by the way. As he will head back towards second base. Tyler Rojas with an RBI opportunity. The go-ahead run. After trailing 6-2 going to the bottom of the 6th. The go-ahead run standing at second base. And the top of the order coming to bat here with 2 outs. Where the Broncos have been so far here in this Great Plains Athletic Conference season at their best. Today, haven't been able to get the clutch hits, but you look at the last couple games, it's kind of where they're at their best. They're most resilient. Let's see if T-Row can keep the 2-out magic happening here for the Broncos. Pitch on the outside, in there for a strike. One to Rojas. Long look from Munger, and this one's going to go right back up the middle, fielded here by the second baseman. Grobner flips it over to first, and that is the 3rd out. So can't get the 2-out clutch hit, as it's a 4-3 putout to put out the Flames here in the 7th. We're going to the top of the 8th, still tied at 6. Broncos and Tigers, GPAC Baseball on Extreme Sports.
Taylor is living the Runza dream.
The Fry Life is the high life.
He's stacking up rewards on the Runza mobile app.
Points on points on points on points.
That's a lot of free food from Runza.
Yep, I'm headed there for lunch today.
Download the Runza mobile app to start getting rewards. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
Bronco baseball this afternoon here on Extreme Sports. Getting set for the closing frames. Top of the 8th here in a 6-6 tie. And Shane Cohen stepping up for Dakota Wesleyan. Bronco baseball this evening brought to you in part by 5 Points Bank of Hastings, the Better Bank. Also by High Street Insurance Partners, looking out for you. And Highland Dairy, locally made, naturally delicious. First pitch, a 1-0. As Cameron Dahlgren goes to work here on the Dakota Wesleyan catcher. For Cowan on the day, a single, a stolen base, a line out, and he was also hit by a pitch as this ball comes off the roof of the third base party deck. It's normally where the beverages are at Duncan Field in the summertime. So, anybody in there? 1 ball, 1 strike as Dahlgren delivers upstairs 2-1. I want to say Cameron Dahlgren was a sodbuster reliever this past summer. I could be wrong. I frequently am. Experts on nothing. Here comes the delivery from Cameron. As he delivers towards Shane Cowan. And that misses low. Dear home plate umpire, some of us are hungry. Dinner plans. Let's open up that strike zone a little bit. 3-1. Rocket shot right field side. Martinez is there. Martinez makes the grab. On a line, Tristan Martinez tracks it down. That's the first out here of the top of the 8th. 6-6 Broncos and Tigers here this evening. As that will bring up to the plate the 9-hole Brett Grobner. Grounding out to short and a successful sacrifice. His 2 plate appearances thus far on the evening. Hook on the corner for a strike. Cameron Dahlgren. Looks in, gets the sign, fires, and nearly the same location. Got to throw a little bend on it, apparently, to get the call in that outside corner. Here's the 1-1. Grobner watches that one in there for a strike. It's a 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. Top of the 8th inning. As this ball is popped back and out of play. The top of the concession stands, where there's normally beverages in the summertime. 1-2, 1 down. Dahlgren gets the pitch come from Vargas. The beauty at that. Swung over the top of a breaking ball, and it's 2 down. Here for the Broncos in the top of the 8th. Coming up to bat, number 21, Talon Ball. Ball's been quiet here in game 2. He had the lone double, the only hit in game number 1. Came off his bat. He gets promoted to leadoff spot here for game number 2, but is grounded out to second, reached by way of an error, and struck out twice. The E6, the lone error. And there's a beautiful bender in from Dahlgren. Good break on that pitch, and it has fooled the Dakota Wesleyan hitters thus far. Pitch in there for a strike, 1-2. Some final spring training game numbers. Cardinals defeating the New York Mets today, 4-3. Tigers and Phillies tied at 4 because ties are allowed in spring training. It's weird and wild. Ball upstairs, misses for a ball. Braves, the Bravos, leading the Pirates, 4-1. And the Yankees and O's scoreless. That's one game that I wish would end in a tie. Here's the 2-2 with 2 down. As the pitch from Dahlgren swung on and missed. And Dahlgren, big punch out over Talon Ball. And the Broncos are out of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th we go. 6-6 tie. Broncos and Tigers. Broncos coming to bat You're listening to G-Pack Baseball on Extreme Sports.
Family Medical Center of Hastings is the place to go for all your healthcare needs. Their team is trained to treat the whole person regardless of age. They provide a wide range of medical care, including acute care, routine health screenings, and treatment of chronic conditions. They're dedicated to providing you the best care in the most cost-effective manner. Family Medical Center, as an independent clinic, has served the community for over 65 years. Your family's home for healthcare. 1021 West 14th Street. Proud to support all area student athletes.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, enjoy the journey of all this, of trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Bottom of the 8th inning we go. Bronco baseball here on Extreme Sports. 6-6 tie between the Broncos and the Tigers. Broncos looking to break it open late. A 4 spot in the bottom of the 6th to erase a 6-2 deficit. As HC working here. Evan Morrison at the plate. DJ Crew making me thirsty during the in-between innings with their song selections as Morrison puts a shot into this one. Center fielder looking back. That's going to one hop off the wall. Morrison rounding first and standing up for a double. The power continues from the first baseman. Straight away center field. I thought for a second that might hit off the scoreboard. It one hops off the wall, and it is a loud double to start things off here in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Broncos. Samuel Bruno looking to add a little zest here to the bottom of the 8th inning. And now the reliever Munger in trouble here for Dakota Wesleyan. Turn around, throw back to second, nearly threw behind the shortstop. Wouldn't be the first time a pickoff attempt was thrown away. Go back to flashback to game 1. Cody Haynes scored on a pickoff attempt at first. It missed the first baseman's glove, and he was able to wheel all the way around. Small ball being shown here from Samuel Bruno. Pulls the bunt back. It goes in for a ball. Ball 1. 1-0 count. Go ahead run. In scoring position at the second base bag. Samuel Bruno at the plate. Morrison at second. Big moment for HC. Bruno squaring. Pulls the bunt back. Ball hops off from the catcher's mitt. And it's 2-0. Victor Rojas giving the instructions here to Samuel Bruno in the bottom of the 8th inning. Broncos trying to manufacture in the run and then have the bullpen put it on lock to lock up a sweep here in a Friday doubleheader. Bruno squaring around again. This is going to go right down the third base line. This is a beauty from Samuel Bruno. The spin, turn around, it's thrown away. Samuel Bruno is going to go to second. Coming around to score is going to be Morrison, and the Broncos execute perfectly. Small ball, make the play, and Dakota Wesleyan doesn't. Broncos have the lead. 7-6. A bunt from Bruno. The error from the pitcher as he throws it away. And the Broncos have the lead. Do not tell me that small ball won't win you baseball games. Samuel Bruno with a bunt down the third base line. Fielded by the pitcher and then thrown away. Bruno's at second. Morrison scores. Broncos have a 7-6 lead. Baseball's fun. So now a discussion here with Victor Rojas. And some instructions here for Peyton Vargas. As Rojas calls time. Again, stirring bullpen activity for Dakota Wesleyan. But Munger has surrendered the lead. A 6-2 deficit has been erased in the last 2 1/3 innings. Sliding back in safely is going to be Samuel Bruno. Vargas with a single hit by a pitch and a ground out to second here tonight. Bottom of the 8th, Broncos retake the lead, 7-6. First time they've had the lead since the final out in game 1. And now a beautiful bunt laid down here, and that ball's going to get away. Bruno's going to come around to score, and Peyton Vargas making the big turn. Nobody was guarding second. This is going to roll all the way into third, and Vargas is going to slide in safely. The big boy wheeling around second and third. The throw gets away again. Back-to-back bunts, back-to-back errors, and Dakota Wesleyan. This is unraveled here in the bottom of the 8th. Tristan Martinez now at the plate. I say bunt again. They haven't fielded it at the third base cleanly and got it over to first. Do it until they make the play. 8-6. Broncos with a 2-run advantage. What a difference a couple innings can make. Broncos erase a 6-2 deficit. Flip the script and now lead by 2 and are showing no signs of stopping here in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody down. Vargas in scoring position. Vargas is going to score. Ball's going to get away. Wild pitch. 3-run lead for the Broncos. Execution has gone away for Dakota Wesleyan. 2 bunts that couldn't get fielded cleanly, that were thrown away. Now a wild pitch, and still no substitution from the pitching standpoint. Despite some stirring activity in the bullpen, they have are warming up a pitcher, but it's still Munger out there. Here is a 2-hopper to second base. Martinez is going to be out on the 6-3 putout. 1 down. Hmm. 9-6 game. Let's see, it's for Dakota Wesleyan. Nate Huskin, who was out in the bullpen, he was warming up. He appears to be ready to go on the word go. Just ready and waiting over there in the bullpen. Now up to the plate will be Nick Detterding. Double check, yes. It's Detterding who came in replace of Cody Haynes. 9-6, a 3-run 8th here for Hastings College. And the pitch. Line drive right back up the middle. There's a base knock. Detterding, he's getting into the score sheet, getting in on the fun. The Broncos blowing it open here in the 8th. Carter Guyton now stepping up to the plate. Guyton for his second AB. And, boy, we talked about the execution of Dakota Wesleyan defensively in the first 6 innings of this game. And they had played so well. And 2 bunts forcing the Tigers to make the play. And the Tigers couldn't do it. Throwing it away on 2 separate occasions, leading to 2 runs. Then a wild pitch. And the Broncos hang a 3 spot. Just put the ball in play, good things will happen. As it's a 1-hopper here, first base side, fielded in fair territory. It'll be 3 unassisted. Heads up play from the first baseman, Payne, to grab that one and keep that foot into fair territory to keep it a fair ball. As Levi Fletcher will step to the plate. Yeah, put the ball in play, good things will happen. That was the advice that was given to me at 6 years old in Pee Wee baseball and carried over all the way through this game. It's amazing how sometimes you get told the basic fundies of baseball and It's what the big kids do too. Fletcher puts this one into play on a frozen rope. Down the line, it's going to get by the left fielder and going to go in for another Bronco run. As coming in to score is going to be Detterding, and it's going to be a single. Are they going to advance him on the air, or are we getting a clean double here for Guyton? I think we're going to get the double for Carter Guyton. 15 hits for the Broncos, 10 runs scored, 10-6. The memories of trailing 6-2 in this ballgame, distant. Broncos have answered with 8 unanswered runs. Stepping up to the plate will be Diego Martinez. Nope, check that. Jace Valdez. Valdez, comebacker right up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, and Grabner fields it over to Payne in time. But the Broncos do the damage. They just needed 1. They got 4. 10-6, they lead it going into the top of the 9th. It's the last chance for romance for the Tigers. It's Bronco baseball on Extreme Sports.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Back here at Duncan Field. Pitcher to shut down the door, Ryder Derwin for the Hastings College Broncos. A 10-6 lead for HC. A 4 spot in the bottom of the 8th. And that'll make these Bronco fans a lot happier. They were trailing 6-2 going into the bottom of the 6th. And it's been 8 unanswered runs for HC. 4 in the 6th, 4 in the 8th. And really, the bottom of the 8th was as much Dakota Wesleyan's undoing as it was Hastings College. Hastings College just playing a little small ball, putting the ball in play, creating chaos, as Victor Rojas likes to say. And I love that phrase. Just forcing the defense to make plays, and they didn't. And the Broncos were able to take advantage of that en route to the 4-run lead as we get set to go. Last 3 outs now for Dakota Wesleyan, as Ryder Derwin will look to slam the door shut here on a Friday night. Leading things off here for the Tigers. Darlson looking. Oops, excuse me. That's Myers at the plate. Didn't see the extra 1 in there. 1 ball, no strikes. Here to the 2-hitter. Myers with an RBI and a run, an RBI and a single and a run, and a single and an RBI. Strikeout and a walk. Strike on the outside corner. Lived there. I'm sure that Ryder was given some previous information from not only Weber, Porras, and Dahlgren, but that outside corner has been there all day on left-handed batters. Right down the middle, no, not so much. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody down. 10-6 advantage here for Hastings College. Last chance for romance for the Tigers. As the pitch comes into Myers, swung on and missed. 2-2. Whew, Ryder cranking it up there. Hastings College baseball tonight here at Duncan Field. Again, it's the spring sports from here on out. Hastings College women's basketball team falling last night. Sweet 16, foul tip, caught from the catcher. Out number 1. It's a K on Caleb Myers. Hastings College just running into a really good defensive St. Francis team in Sioux City, Iowa at the Tyson Event Center. And wouldn't be surprised if St. Francis made a little bit more noise in the basketball tournament. Over in Sioux City, Iowa, the round of 16 was played last night. Season is over for the HC women, so it's softball and baseball to get you through another season of Hastings College sports here on Extreme Sports. Our second year partnering with the Bronco Athletics, bringing you not just the basics, expanding the coverage, including softball, volleyball, soccer, and so much more. Here's the 1-0 to Morgan Riley, who looks at a strike. It's 1-1. Ryder keeping his foot on the gas here for Hastings College. The 1-1. Check swing. Did he go? He did not, according to the first base umpire. 2-1. Just past 7 o'clock here on a Friday. We got started at around 1:45 as this one's a ripper out to the gap, and that's going to roll for a while. Tracking it down, the center fielder Detterdining, winding around second. Could be a play here at third. Throws late and sliding in safely is going to be Riley with the triple. So a 3-bagger. What I was getting at was starting at 1:45, now 7:02. Not a lot of time for potty breaks. (10-6). Dexter Payne at the plate. Swung on and missed. First pitch strike from Ryder. As Druin checks pitch comm here. Here in the 0-1, a 4-run lead for the Broncos. Pitch inside, yeah, you bet. Yeah, strike 2. Oh, the whole park knew that one. Willing this Bronco win into existence. Trailing at 1.6-2 going into the bottom of the 6th. What a furious comeback for HC. Bender outside on a left-handed hitter. And the first time that door's been shut. 0-1-2. Riley, 90 feet away at the third base bag. In a 4-run ball game, this pitch misses on the inside, and now 3-2. Or are we still evens at double deuce? No indication from Blue. Thank you. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Riles steps off and wants to think about it. Looks back over at Victor Rojas after his think. Heads back to the rubber for a big 2-2 pitch. Here to Dexter Payne. Payne makes contact in foul territory. Third base side. A lot of ground to cover for Levi Fletcher. He was getting a lot of help, too, from his left fielder and even the bullpen trying to direct him. You notice he wasn't able to turn around and look back. He was just listening to his outfielders that were kind of commanding him where that ball was dropping. And, boy, 2 feet in, and there's 2 down here in this one. Top of the 9th inning. 10-6 advantage for the Broncos. Looking for their first conference sweep of the season. High fly ball out towards Detterding. Detterding's there, and the second out has been made. It will work as a sacrifice fly, but the run insignificant as it's still a 10-7 Bronco lead. Sacrifice fly for Dexter Payne. And Lane Darrow now at the plate. Darrow, a double and a single. A line out and a walk. No ribbies to the tally as Ryder Derwin going to work. The first pitch in for a strike. 0-1. Getting the feeling after today and really this week, don't want to count chickens before they're hatched, but this could be a special team that Victor Rojas has assembled in year one. Brought in 23 of his own players to add to the roster, and here is the 0-2. Popped up. Right field side. Martinez is there. He camps out underneath it, and the Broncos come away with a victory, erasing a 6-2 deficit and turning it in to a 10-7 victory. A great night to be a Bronco here at Duncan Field. 16-0 in the first, 10-7 in the second. We'll come back and wrap things all up right after this on Extreme Sports. Broncos sweeping the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Brandon is super pumped about Runza.
Runza is so sweet.
Especially all their desserts.
Oh, those are the sweetest.
Chocolate, vanilla, and twist ice cream cones, 4 flavors of shakes, chocolate chip cookies, and ice cream sandwiches.
Literally sweet.
Aw, I love your enthusiasm.
Well, I love Runza.
So sweet of you. Come satisfy your sweet tooth. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it in the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Back here at Duncan Field, Tyson Nevronik with you as we put the finishing touches on a great night to be a Bronco. 16-0 in game number 1 after a 8-run outburst in the first. And then a comeback victory in game 2. Down 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th. They score 4 in the bottom half of the 6th and score 4 in the bottom half of the 8th. 8 unanswered and flip the script. Dakota Wesleyan scratches across 1 in the top half of the 9th, but that run was insignificant as the Broncos win big here on this Friday night. Sweeping the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers with the win, Hastings College will move to 14-9 on the season and 3-3 in GPAC play. Dakota Wesleyan drops to the 500 mark and is now 2-4 in GPAC competition. Offensively for the Broncos in game number 2, Tristan Martinez sprinkled across a few hits, a 2 RBI triple, and a single, an infield single for Jace Valdez. He also picked up a double in the contest. Evan Morrison had a big swing with an RBI single as well as a double to get the scoring started in the bottom half of the 8th. But again, the Broncos resilient. Once again, they were on Wednesday night in that victory over Central Christian, trailing by 6. This time trailing by 4 and flipping scripts and picking up dubs. They did it this week here at Duncan Field before they get set to hit the road to take on the Morningside Mustangs here to wrap up the weekend. So it's a great night to be a Bronco, a doubleheader victory for HC. 16-0 and 10-7, your final scores. Jake Porras is going to end up with the victory here for the Broncos. Ryder Derwin, with a great job slamming the door shut, ends up coming in with a 4-run lead. Departs with a 3, so give Ryder Derwin credit for shutting the door here for the Broncos this afternoon. 16-0, 10-7. It's a Broncos sweep here from Duncan Field here tonight. That'll wrap up our coverage of Bronco baseball here for a doubleheader on a Friday. For our sports director, Mike Will, our IT guy, Shaner, Marcus Metcalf, and the bookkeeper, I'm Tyson Nevronic, wishing you a very pleasant good evening here from Hastings.
You've been listening to Hastings College Baseball on Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College sports. From first pitch to the final out, we're proud to bring you Broncos baseball all season long. Thanks for joining us for today's broadcast, and be sure to stay with Extreme Sports for more Hastings